shot. You're welcome. You're welcome for everything in the world. You're welcome. You're welcome for all that I bring to the world. I think it goes up to 12 or something. I'll be so pissed. You're welcome. You're welcome for everything. How can they still see me here? What? Ah, this is weird as fuck. Safe spot here. In here. All the way.
You there?
Yeah. Let's basically run up because you made it far enough last time to be fine.
Oh yeah.
This first spot, we should stop here just to get these guys off us.
Okay. In the boxes. Got it.
Yep. The next one, you can see a bigger gap, so it's like they can see you through it still. It's just a little less reliable. Almost there. Once you can mount, let's go.
Yep.
And I'm gonna try again in this spot. Actually, forget it. Just keep going. Let's just skip that spot.
Okay. No, you're good. Keep going.
I'm in the habit of getting aggro on them, but I can't. Not on the mount. But you're a prot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should be fine. I'm also used to running in here with 35s, so this is much better. Alright, so the next safe spot is up by the boss. You can't really be mounted to get up because of how the wall is. gonna be close. There you go, you made it.
Oh yeah, they pissed.
Yeah, once we stay in this corner, they'll take aggro. Also, I'm probably gonna have to do this bit because I forgot that I opened all the graves, so
Ha.
let me
No
just kill these guys right here before we run back.
One standing here like, I see you. I know you're here.
Yeah, you gotta come in the corner. She's gonna be annoying because she's right there.
All the other ones ran away, so it's just her. But the other three are staring.
I'm wondering if I can get aggro. Okay, go back to the back of the wall, maybe where you were just now.
Over here? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. They're still on you, but I'll pick him up. Ow.
Did they reset for you? Oh no, you just froze them. I see it.
Yeah, I'll just do these in the meanwhile. If I can.
Oh, yes. If you need me to do something, just let me know.
No, I just need to not die.
That does tend to help.
I might die.
Watch out for those two that didn't get frozen.
Screw it. Get back in the corner. They're not as close this time, so hopefully we can just hide. Yeah, I've just been doing crap all day.
Oh, good. My daughter's coach is not a complete. Oh, I'm out of combat. Beast.
I'm just healing up.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm just getting healed and health back so I can do the pull.
Cool.
Sorry, it's gonna take a little while just because I had them open.
No worries. I mean, I can fight like one at a time, maybe. I mean, they only have twice my health.
Be fine once I don't have to improvise. I also have a lot less space because they're all open, so
Yeah.
that'll have to do.
And this is literally what you do all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's insane. Funny though.
Yeah, I usually do it with much bigger packs. That's why I try to open all of them this time. Give it a try, why not?
Got one killing blow. You're over here. You're gonna die.
Alrighty, so now we can get the tablet. I just have to kill that boss. You can go pull him if you want. Just hug the left wall because there are ads at the right.
Yeah. Which boss is? There's a boss over here that has the tablet?
Yeah, mini boss, but he doesn't have it. You just gotta touch the tablet.
Oh yeah, it's the Deck of the Martyr.
Just pull him back into the room here.
I'm bringing him to you.
Yeah.
He coming. He's pissed.
Nice.
Leave the mage alone.
Thank you. Oh, I taunted too. Sorry.
No, you're good. Tablet of Mosharu. He has the tablet,
Watch out.
which means that the chick around the
Oh, you got it from him?
has the other one. Yeah, he
Okay.
has it.
I thought you had to like touch this actual tablet here.
I don't know.
Tablet effect, but just try it. Maybe you don't have to kill him if you get it there. I don't know.
I don't either. Let's see.
Or is that just RP?
It's something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Weird.
Alright, well, either way, you got it. So yeah, you have to kill Tiara, the deep girl, to get the...
Yep. The second one.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello,
So-
Ark. How are you?
What's going on?
Alright,
He's
let
helping
me...
finish a quest in ZF
There's someone on the left, so...
by doing his crazy Benny Hill mage impression.
If I kill the ads on the left, we could just hug the left and get out.
Alright. I'm just gonna stay back here and try not to die. That's my goal.
It's always a good goal.
How are you doing today, Ark?
Good. Just shooting people.
Nice. What game are you playing?
Modern Warfare.
Ah, nice. Very nice. Been having a good giggle this afternoon. My daughter's coach, my daughter's team was supposed to go to Houston to play in a tournament, you know, where they're having 40-something thousand cases a day of new coronavirus, and we're like, we'd rather not. So
Not a-
finally today, she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna pull out of that tournament and see if we can get in a different one.
Nice. Safety first.
It's not. Yeah, but it's not even about the safety first. It's the fact that she only said anything because all of the parents for a month have complained about not wanting to go.
Alright.
So it has no like altruism about actually giving a shit about the health of the kids or anyone else.
But at least she listened. It's important. I think we gotta go... Okay, let me just
It
kill
also
him.
has to do with the fact that her top two pitchers, my daughter and the other one, both of their parents are like, we really don't want to go because we don't feel it. And she's like, oh shit. Because you can't play softball with one pitcher. Because that shit don't work.
Yeah.
So, airstrike should not work indoors.
You would
Nope.
think. Well, actually, they do. If you call the airstrike indoors, it can take down the roof. Unfortunately, if you're in there, it's going to take you down too.
Why don't you focus the lizard?
Okay.
He's annoying.
Okay.
I don't think I can over him.
Got him. He's mine. Well, was mine.
If you don't have to. You don't have to hold him. You just have to kill him.
I'm working on it. I'm just looking in more pissed off at me than you.
May or may not just had a close encounter of the rocket launcher kind.
Nice.
No.
That'll definitely wake you up in the morning.
Yeah, I was playing some Sniper Elite 4. That game's a lot of fun. Because they do the slow cams when you get like a precision shot. So they show you like the whole Mortal Kombat inside your system, like where the bullet went.
Oh, sweet.
Where are you? Oh, you're
I
on.
jumped up on the wall. I'm gonna skip
Oh,
all
awesome.
this shit.
Good job.
Or at least a bunch of this shit. I can't skip all of it. I'll skip a bunch of it.
Most of it is important.
Yep. Let's see if I have much. I don't have more shit I can skip. Let me over here.
Just get this XP.
Nope. You're down there. Okay. I'll jump behind you.
wearing that sexy Netherwind crown.
Yup.
So apparently, who is it? Weirdest just needs one more piece for his 8 set as well. He needs the gloves.
Nice.
If it were me, I'd let them go to him.
Is. You want me to pull her to you?
Sure. Just get mana in the meantime. Just her coming? Yup.
In theory.
Good.
And you got a guy coming from behind us. And there's the second tap. Sweet. All done.
Awesome. No problem. I'm just glad somebody's getting benefit out of me doing these things than me.
Nothing wrong with you getting benefit out of it. Get some good gold out of it.
Yeah, but it gets boring if there's no like purpose behind it.
Right.
Aside from raw gold. You want a port?
Sure.
Where you going?
Where do I need to go? Stormwind works. I need to turn in quests in Stormwind.
Coming up.
Much appreciated. So what are we telling people tonight, Ark?
What am I telling people?
Yeah.
Brush your teeth every day.
Well, I was referring more to the guild meeting side of things.
Well, I have no clue.
I say we tell them about what's happening on Tuesday. That's what I asked about in the thing. I don't know if someone replied.
I saw you say that, and Evan said something along the lines of he's still waiting for the survey, but I thought the survey closed yesterday.
I also thought it didn't matter. The survey, I mean, that, like...
I did too, but I wasn't in charge of that either.
Well, since you're here, can you just confirm that's what you said and that's what you stuck by? That you said next week we're gonna do it, not this week, which was last week. Ark?
Hi.
Remember saying that? You said we're gonna do both, take the tier off the list, and we're gonna do the reserve list come next week.
Was that supposed to be this week?
Yeah, that would be
Correct.
for this week, because we didn't do it Tuesday.
That's why I'm asking. So if you want to put it off for the week after, I mean, sure, but just whichever we should say it.
We want to keep putting it off a week at a time.
I don't. I think we can reap the tier gear and have everyone in full tier 2 if we take tier off the system. Honestly.
Well, that is, again, provided that it actually drops.
Yeah. I've been waiting on those gloves for a while. I need the gloves and the boots. But since Weirdest just needs the gloves, I'll say that the Mason.
I feel.
It's not Weirdest, it's Bayo.
Oh, okay. So Bayo's one way from 8 of 8.
Yeah, I just want to get people their sets.
And
Like-
he took the hip bracers.
Yeah.
See? Look at that.
I mean,
Still gonna get everything he needs.
yeah. I think he needs, I think once he gets 8 of 8, then he's never rolling on tier gear, so that's just removing someone from the rolling.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I think for the priests, Timely and I are both 2 items away from coming off the list. I'm trying to get all of the Sunken Temple quests that I can get, so that when I hit 50, I can go do Sunken Temple. Because that's an instance nobody wants to run. It's
Wait, what? What is that?
What is what? Who are you talking to?
You. What instance do you want to do?
What instance do I want to do? Sunken Temple. I'm working on getting my quests for Sunken Temple for when I hit level 50.
Oh, Altaholics.
Wouldn't say Altaholic. Just working on my 3rd. It's not like some people who have like 6.
I really want my warrior at 62.
Yeah.
Everything I enjoy about my pally except healing, which is not what I enjoy most, is basically done better on a warrior. Like,
Yeah. DPS and tanking. Way better.
yeah, I was talking to CC about that. Like, he's really enjoying leveling his pally. And I was like, right where you are right now is where I stuck for like 3 months. 1 to 30 was fine, and 50 to 60 was fine, but those middle levels were not.
30 to 40 can be rough. You just have to put it in the right place. And like I said, me going holy, I just lived in freaking dungeons from 30 to 50. Which is pretty much what I've done with my warrior from the very beginning. But I know once I hit, what is it, 52, and I can start doing Blackrock depths, then I know all the 60s will be willing to do it because they can go in and basically blow the place up.
Yeah.
But I also have like myself and Nature and Stabby and Allah, Sir Stump-A-Lot, Glider. There's like 2 or 3 other people that are all right there together, so we can all run those instances together.
Yeah, you're all very close. It's probably going to be a 60 party.
Mm-hmm. Glider will get there first. His mage is 57, you know?
Yeah.
But
I'm at a point right now where I don't know if to cancel my second account subscription or pay it 1 more month or not. Like, I don't know. Because it seems like I'm wasting money at this point. It was a waste to begin with, and I saw value, and now,
you have a second account?
yeah. My WoW starter account on the same email.
Oh, wow.
I got one of those logging into Blackwing Lair one Tuesday. I got one of those, you need to renew your subscription or something messages. So I logged in quickly into my account and paid it. And then when I logged into the account, yeah, I was like, what?
That's funny.
But I figured level a second mage. It's been great for like instant grinding because I always have an alt to reset it for me without having to log off and stuff.
That's true.
But having a second 60 mage on another account would be great for my orcs.
Yeah.
Just haven't been putting in the time.
I don't have that kind of free money.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying. But since I've already paid for it, I don't know. Like, he's 22, I could level him now, but I don't know, I'm too distracted. I'll probably cancel it and wait till I have time.
Makes sense. Now,
Multibox.
I can't do all that. Oh, son of a bitch, I have to go back in there? Jim and Christmas. This is why I hate Zul'Farrak.
What you gotta do now?
I have to go kill Necrom.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the undead warlock dude in Zul'Farrak.
Is that the guy that I kill by the graveyard all the time?
Yeah, that's the guy that you were killing by the graveyard all the time.
Oh, okay, well, I'm still here. Just got 8 minutes of rest sickness.
No worries. I still gotta figure out how to get the hell back. I still don't even know where to turn in this quest. Oh yeah, dude. Derp. Okay. I'm gonna head back that way.
See, guys? See how easy it is?
To what?
What?
I just destroyed the patriarchy.
What?
How?
I'm gonna drop Oni's head at an off time
Are you? Why? Because you
to
can.
destroy the patriarchy.
Right.
Oh Jesus.
You guys are not paying attention to what's happening at all in Guild Chat, are you? Well, in
Guild?
Discord, Guild Chat.
No, I don't pay attention to Guild Chat Discord. As a general.
It's a good plan, but yeah, they're talking about how you have to go through a process to get people, give them notice. And, yeah,
Yeah, it's the system we have in place that gets us
this was
on.
not how vanilla was. Vanilla was not so stupid.
Yeah, it was.
Vanilla was no, we didn't do. Nobody coordinated Oni head drops. That's not a thing.
Nope.
Don't.
Well,
That
my
was-
understanding of it, right, is not that you can't do it anytime. Can you get the buff anytime? Is that what it is?
No.
The buff can only happen when
No head is hanging.
there's no head is hanging.
Right.
As
So
far as
doing it.
dropping it, you can literally drop it anytime, every time, and all the time.
So if you drop it while the head is up, no buff
You
goes
just
out.
get the reward. Correct. You just
Right.
get the reward.
So dropping it at any time while the head is up, sure, go ahead. But if you drop it early before a head goes up or late for whatever reason, then you're
Sharp
screwing.
and shiny won't get their buff. Oh,
Not just
what are
sharp
we
and
gonna
shiny.
do?
It sets the schedule off, and then when our guild shows up for Tuesday night raid buffs, and someone has set the schedule off, then at 7:50 we can't get our buffs. Like, it affects everybody.
We don't need the buffs.
Yeah.
But if
They're
my
nice, they're fun, but we don't need them.
I'm just saying, if I want to go get my buffs on a Tuesday, and I can't because some asshole decided to go and fuck with the system, I'm
Yo,
pretty pissed
kid,
at the asshole.
Listen.
You know what I mean?
You're going the wrong way. This
Alright.
is not the game.
Huh.
You're not supposed to get buffs because there's a schedule of when people will drop Oni head in a particular time and order and go ahead in line, guys. We got it all organized. It's stupid.
Mhm.
That's not the game.
Like when you had to coordinate with Dracasath kills because the server would lag out. Like, that's ridiculous. That was the original game. This is so much simpler. This is so much simpler. Don't drop it at an undesignated time, or drop it when it's already up. So you get whatever you want out of it, selfishly, without fucking everybody else. It's perfectly normal.
Oh, but you see, again, you think you're entitled to get the Oni buff.
I don't
You
think
are
I'm
not entitled to it.
I don't think I'm
That's the
entitled to
problem.
it. But
You're
you are the
thinking about it
guy.
the wrong way.
But you're the guy who robbed it from everyone else. You get that, right?
I
I'm not-
didn't. I dropped my reward for myself when I wanted to in the game I pay my money for.
Yes, it's also
Let
a
me hear your version of the story now.
massively multiplayer online game. So you're not playing a single player game where you can fuck yourself only. You can fuck a lot of other people. And it's fine. It's like free will. It's like, freedom of speech. You can say and do whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't mean someone won't slap you for calling somebody the N-word. It doesn't mean it won't happen. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not sure how we got there. That's kind of weird. But
I'm just saying.
bringing it back to reality over here, you need to understand, I do not owe anyone on this server
Nobody said you did.
anything. I'm not
Nobody
fucking
said
them.
you did.
They're not entitled to my time.
Mm-hmm.
This is the weird idea that all these millennials will keep bringing to the game. Like, no.
It's not.
Huggy, kissy, boo boo. Like, no. That's not the game I'm playing.
No, it is let's get everyone who raided at a certain time buffed at that time. You do it early, now we have to wait an hour into our raid time to get the same buffs. Like, for what? Because you just didn't want to
Well,
follow along?
here's an idea. Keep track of when the Oni head dropped. Have your own Oni head ready to drop when the buff goes down, and get your guild online to get the buff. Which is what people
Sad.
did in vanilla. They
Okay,
coordinated with their guild.
you do you, boo-boo. Nobody
I
said you
don't get
couldn't do
this.
it. Go for it.
I get why this is an easier way to do it. I understand that. But I don't know why you
Easier,
think it's
better.
a better way to do it. No, I don't get the
Yes, it
better.
is better. More people get the buff when everyone knows when the buff is coming.
Right. Why do I want anyone who's not a member of the Dark Blade to get the buff?
Why would you not want them to?
Why would I care if they do or don't?
I don't know, man.
Oh, see? That's the problem.
I don't know. Like I said, you do you.
Not down with these server schedules of when things need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, the raid schedule thing was it had to happen, or you weren't going to get the time that you paid for because no one was.
Hmm.
It was slightly different.
Yep. People didn't. We survived just fine in vanilla without all of these weird protocols in place.
Yeah, for the most part, we did.
Yeah, but you're literally doing it just to fuck with people. Like, there's no benefit from you turning it in now. You could just turn it
Well,
in when
I
a head is hanging. It
I
affects no
don't
one.
have an Oni head.
I'm just saying, it affects nobody to do it when there's already a head hanging. So why not just do it then? Like, why choose to do it when it's going to hurt people? Why? For what? What do you
Okay,
gain from doing
First
it?
of all, it doesn't hurt anyone. This is a video game. Secondly,
God.
more importantly, I did not agree to this server schedule, nor am I required to.
Neither did I, but I benefit from it. So thanks to them for
We
organizing
actually
it.
don't benefit from it. We log in like an hour early before the raid. Like
Mhm. People have to log in an hour early and then log off to preserve their buff.
Okay.
exactly,
So that
because
actually
we're
hurts
chasing a
our
buff.
raid. That hurts
Yeah.
our raid.
How does it hurt our raid? That
Because people are having to
incentivizes
rush
people.
around.
What people used to do, they would log in an hour before raid to farm and get their stuff ready for raid time.
Yep.
That's
Now
what
you
we still
can't.
do.
You can't once you get the buff because you got to log out to preserve the buff.
I do it
And you're
every
doing
week.
it because it's what you know, but it's not the right way to do it. There is no right way to do it.
Okay,
It's a video game.
I've never done it before. 3 weeks ago. Maybe 2 weeks ago. Never done it before in my life. On the whole of Classic, never went for World Buffs. If I happened to be in Stormwind when one dropped, great. I didn't know what time it came, I didn't care. As soon as I
Right.
wanted to start getting them, every time I've gone, it's been at the time it was scheduled. And guess what? It was perfect for raid. I log in 1 hour before, do what I need to do, get all my buffs, log off. When I'm ready to play again, I log back in. It's raid time. Makes perfect sense to me.
Right,
Sure.
but people like Alamaria, who's got to make flasks, they have to either do it long before raid,
Yeah,
not get
Almaria,
world buffs.
they make them on
Uh-huh.
Mondays and Fridays.
But the thing is that you're forcing me to do things.
He's not
like,
understanding.
personally,
Yeah.
On Friday, I would rather be going out with my alt and killing things.
You can't
than
make them on
having to
Tuesday.
Waste 30 minutes on, But the thing is,
Resets
because you're
Tuesday.
so possessive of that buff, you have to change all of your gameplay to adjust to that buff schedule. In the old day, what we did was we said, hey, we're raiding at 8 o'clock. Cool. At 7:50, we're dropping it. The next group would be like, hey, either we're going to raid at 8:30 and we're going to have 30 minutes lost to buff, or we don't go with it. Like,
Okay,
you
so
raided.
so try to drop the buff then, right before our raid, and see if we get a buff. Try it, see what happens.
No, but
Because
the
somebody else would have fucked you out of it. That's why.
No, because
Yes.
the difference is that we would have coordinated with our guild to drop it some other time.
Yeah.
We
What
would
other
just
time?
coordinate.
Long
know.
a day before raid? Because the whole
Whenever.
server's in on this.
The point is we don't owe anybody this schedule.
I
This
get
is something
that.
people are doing to meta the shit out of the game
Yeah, but
because
you
they think that's the fun way to play the game.
but
But
keep
it's
saying
not.
that, and I get it. I never disagreed. You're thinking I'm disagreeing. I'm asking, why go out of your way to fuck with the system for no reason? The system works. Why are we fucking with it?
It's exactly the same as Black Lotus Mafia. We fucked the system. We drove the prices up.
That didn't
we
fuck the
did that.
system. Any other guild could do the same thing.
WoW
You-
changed the way they did the Black Lotus spawns. Clearly,
Because
what we
people-
did had an impact.
I mean, we weren't the only ones, but yes,
Right.
people doing what we did, they had to change the game.
Yes.
It is
It's also because of what
because
Ark
they
said.
had to change the game.
Also what Ark said, the fact that there's way more players on. Like I said that same thing before.
There are, and on populated servers, it's really difficult to get a flask. Yes, but on our server, we doubled the price of Black Lotus. That's what we did.
Yeah, in a month. In
Now
one month.
imagine if if they had a schedule where certain guilds were allowed to farm at certain times and nobody else was allowed to farm because we have a server schedule. Who is coming up with this? Who's coming up with this? People who want to put in the least amount of effort and get the most amount of reward. The metagamers.
Okay, say it. You
Yeah.
believe what you want.
You want to know why WoW Classic doesn't feel anything like what people who play vanilla describe it as? That's why. Because the mindset of the players, they've gone full retard. That's the problem. You never go full retard. The new players have gone all the way. This is where we are. They don't make the game fun. They make the game... Everything is cookie cutter. This is how you do it. This is the right place to stand, and this is the right place to play. Period.
I agree with you 100% in some regards of the game, like in best in slot lists and all that crap, but this is... it's simple. It is as simple as we all got stranded on an island, and we had to separate resources in a way that was reasonable, and we did it. That's as simple as it is. If one head is up, no one gets the buff. It's just that simple. So if you go ahead and you mess with the system and you put it up early, then everyone else has to now scramble to figure it out, which is fine. You're entitled to do it. I just don't see why. I just don't see what it accomplishes, what it says, what it does. I see no benefit. But if you want to do it, go
I'll
for it.
explain to you. WoW, vanilla WoW was about making your own experience. That was vanilla WoW. Classic WoW is about following a guide. Those are two completely different games. One was a fun, landmark, like, experience-changing game.
You've told me 100
The other
times.
one is just doing what everyone else is doing.
I agree with you. You've told me 100
It's
times.
lemmings to the sea.
This is not vanilla. You're not playing vanilla. You're playing a hollow shell of vanilla that it was created for nostalgic purposes. That's what it is. And for people like me who never actually played it to get a chance to, you know, see it.
Yeah, but that's a big that's one of the things that some hates about this version of the game. Is that it's March with the lemmings.
Hasn't Sesam left like every expansion at some point? Honestly.
The first time Sesam left was after Cataclysm. He played
remember
Burning
him.
Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and midway through Cataclysm he left.
I remember him leaving for a while on Sevelus and saying he's going to start Sesam up again. And then Sesam got to a certain level and stopped him for a while. And then he came back on Sevelus.
Cataclysm.
Like right into ICC. No,
Oh,
Wrath.
I was gone in TOC. I have no idea.
He was there in TOC. I think he left on ICC and then he came back. But anyway,
Party people.
the game
Hey,
just
what's
doesn't like people. People piss him off.
No, the game is supposed to be an experience. That's why Sesam loves EU. Because if somebody messes with you, you pod them. You destroy their ship. You find them, you hunt them down, you kill them.
Should play PvP servers.
You make your own game. This step-by-step, follow the guide is like one of the best experiences for me in WoW in general was, well, has always been figuring out how to overcome bosses with a group that should not be able to.
Yep. Sounding an awful lot like Mythicos. Sorry.
It's an achievement. Yeah, except I've been doing it before they were born. Right? Yes.
I just couldn't help but say it, sorry. It's true.
No, Mythicos is another example of people, they roll characters on a RP server so they can stand a chance at being competitive. Like that's
Yep.
just
We came from Mythic Plus. Oh yeah.
I wish that meant something to me.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
But that's what like Fiery was saying, remember? He's a fun guy.
I have the immortal title.
Oh, I saw Habit today.
Habit. Oh yeah, I remember him.
He was in the and Bryrus actually. They were both in the Elegance Pug group for the World Boss.
They get him down.
Nope, same thing. Somebody else. The Horde tagged first.
We got a dark blade it. We gotta forget about
I didn't even go.
elegance.
I just joined the group and stood there. Didn't even go.
Yeah, I'm not invested in elegance. What they're doing. I want it to be only Darkblade tags in that kill.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to do scouting for that. Because just like the world buffs, there are people who are, you know, scheduling it.
Then what we gotta do is break their schedule.
They're not scheduling it. That's not accurate. They are scouting it heavily.
Yeah,
The thing is, they do have a Discord channel where they're posting when they're up, and that is their at here tag, and people are just logging in and immediately knowing who to whisper, who to get summons. All of that stuff is being done immediately.
yeah, it has to be an initiative.
It is very well organized.
You
We
can't
should
just say,
Maybe we can get our hunters trained up for it to do the pulls. Hunters used to be able to pull and then like bounce them around.
You can, and you can do that until people show up. But then
Yep.
that causes all other kinds of grief too. Because somebody did that a couple weeks ago, and there was all kinds of bitching and whining and gnashing of teeth.
Oh, I live for that.
he doesn't care.
I don't
But,
care one way or the other.
I season my food heavily.
Ark is gonna get the guild blacklisted on the server
I'm
mission.
doing alright.
You can't blacklist a GM. Like literally, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He's the fucking GM of a guild. Tell him you can't do that. Well, fuck
Yes.
you. I have my own guild. I can do what I
And
want.
Uig is blacklisted. He can't raid lead anymore. Alamaria, you're blacklisted. You can't go to raids. Zara,
Bummer.
you're blacklisted. You can't go anymore. What does that even mean?
Just not
Dirty
log
book.
on then.
It's like,
That's what
how
that
do you
means,
get
right?
blacklisted?
Cool.
I don't want to
know.
be in
When
people's
you
dirty
pay my
books.
subscription fee, you can do that.
Like, one of the best
What if
things
they
about
blacklist
Classic,
you and stop buying your auctions?
one of the best things about this game is the social aspect.
I don't
Boy,
hate
thought
the
you.
auctions.
I have ankle. So
I know. I'll never be
spending
able to
on my
transfer it.
ankles.
One of the best things about this game is the service, is the social aspect. So I do not want to just be, you know, hated by everybody. I'm good.
Why would you be hated by everybody? I don't understand.
Same bitching and mining and
If you
groaning.
ninja loot something from a group, yeah, you're an asshole. You should be blacklisted. If you have an America-sized fit in an MC, yeah, sure. That guild can blacklist you. It's not terrible. If you drop Oni's head outside of the predetermined like server schedule, sure, people be angry because they spent a year getting used to this dumb system. Which is really not that dumb. It's pretty effective. It's just
That's what I'm saying.
I hate
And in all regards,
entitlement.
we have kind of pissed them off at least a half dozen times that I know of. Because we've done it.
Oh, drop the head out of schedule.
At least a half dozen times.
That's awesome.
I dropped mine out of schedule. I just, you know, did it while a head was hanging.
Yeah, because even Sesam, I know Sesam's had to discuss with the others about that having happened. So,
Discuss with the others.
with the other guild leaders who run the Discord about not dropping it on the schedule. I know Sesam fielded questions. I don't know how he responded, but he fielded issues about it.
Well, I'm not even on that server, so no idea.
Yeah.
And I'm not interested. Like, it's not about that. The Darkblade, we are mercenaries, guys. That's the whole theme of the guild. Go in and we get the job done.
If you add up the sum total of fucks I give, you still owe me a few.
Negative fucks. Very important.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I sound like a mean kid. I'm really not. I just don't get the need for this level of coordination between guilds that are competing for world bosses. Like, what?
Yeah, I think the difference is that we're not competing. I mean, for world bosses we are, but for other things we're not competing anymore because everybody's already done it.
Hmm.
It makes it different.
Yeah, world bosses, you kind of have to. The agreement is more in place so that the person who's attempting the world boss doesn't get screwed over. Because some of the boss mechanics, it's like if you get 40 people run in while some other raid was trying to down the world boss, you can pretty effectively wipe the raid. But the thing is, you
don't
also
need
get
40 people to do it. You need 2. You can
two.
you
Yeah,
can screw an attempt over with 2 people.
A tank
Yeah.
to pull,
No,
and
you just need somebody to run in and stand in the wrong place.
yeah.
oh, I was gonna say pull him and force him to leash.
Well, you can do that, but the other thing that you can do is like on the one, I think it's Terrar, who does shadow volleys
Hmm.
on
Yeah.
half of his body.
Lethon.
You just, yeah, Lethon. Takes one person to wipe that raid. One person. You get somebody with a taunt. Doesn't matter who has the taunt, just a character with a taunt that boss at the wrong time, and it wipes the raid.
Yeah.
We need to do that to the horde. That seems like it's gonna be something we have to do.
It would be greatly amusing.
The thing is,
Yeah,
when
but
I
they'll do
played
the
vanilla,
same to you.
They
it's
will.
fine. When I played vanilla, we would actively try to fuck the horde over. Like that was the game.
Yeah.
Like I don't get why we're all of a sudden like all happy,
That was hitting me.
kumbaya singing weirdos. Don't get it.
We need to
But
get
hey,
rid of like PvP
Stand
for
here.
multiple rounds. Just like
Stand here. On the corner.
yeah.
I'm standing and still getting shot.
Ship
I like
fire.
PvP.
There we go.
We could put together a team for Warsun Gulch and Arathi Basin.
Let's do it right
Yeah,
now.
but it can't be cross round PvP.
Still in combat.
As soon
Oh,
as you
get rid
can.
of cross round PvP?
Yeah.
That's
I hate cross rounds. Just sucks. It's like because it just totally destroyed AV.
one of the things I hate about one change I hate in, well, it's still part of vanilla, but I hate it in classic, is that you're automatically added to the group, the raid group that's doing the battleground.
Yeah.
Because when it was used to form a raid, like you'd get into Warsun Gulch and people would be
then
whispering
form the
invite.
raid.
Yeah. And if you were doing something stupid, like running straight into the horde, they'd kick you from the raid
Yeah.
and you'd get no HKs. No shared HKs anyway.
You don't have to run out. I'm just killing this one guy.
Well, it was going to be both of them because they were both still aggroing on me.
Sometimes you'd be in legit like Warsun Gulch with 2 different parties, 2 different raids.
Yeah.
Those are the
I'd
good
be
old
down
days.
for some guild PvP sometime. I just don't want to do it on my own.
Oh, Warsun Gulch is the best place to practice. Like just hone the skills.
Yep.
Shannis has to come with Thunder Fury just to scare people.
So, no, the thing is like the highest damage I'm going to be dealing is like 300 if I hit.
When
It
a
just-
warrior charges you with Thunder Fury, you change your mind.
Yep.
Yeah, it's intimidation, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's like
What you
I
gotta
hit like a
do
white
is
sponge.
you got to get like a macro that just says Shannis points at you. That's it. And then you go after their priest. Whoever the priest is,
Yep.
you just go after him.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I definitely try doing some PvP just so I can get my trinket.
Mhm.
But like the moment I stepped foot on the field, everyone honed in on me. It was like I was public enemy #1. I was like, what? And I had all my mitigation gear.
Because you see, your mistake was that you were running around with Thunder Fury on.
Mhm.
That's not what you do.
Mhm.
You run around, and as you're charging them, you equip Thunder Fury.
Yeah, there's a
Then they
streak.
freak the hell out.
Yeah,
They do a
no.
maneuver called "Nope the fuck out of there."
Yep.
It's seldom
Sure.
like enemies will turn their back to you in PvP. Warrior charging you with Thunder Fury is one of those things.
Is that
actually
just for the
really good even-
intimidation?
Well, normally
Ready
it's
when you are. Oh shit, he's attacking me. Oh shit, I'm running.
the increased nature damage taken is also not really that great for you,
Why'd
especially
you
when hunters are always in battleground.
just go into the safe spot? We can't fight him right now
Why?
because all the graves were summoned.
They will?
Yeah, so he does. He summons graves.
Okay. Oh, get up there, son of a bitch.
Oh.
There we go. I'm up. I'm in.
Well, looks
Yeah.
like I gotta do some leveling.
Yep.
If I'm going to go PvP, I would respec into arms.
Let's go do
Because
some now.
then, no, I'm at work.
Okay.
But I'm done my work, so I'm just lazing for the next hour before I go home.
That is good too.
So yeah, you're gonna have to wait for me to do the graves. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, I'll need to
I'll just
respec as
stay.
well. I won't respec. I think I'll just stay where I am.
Yeah. We did a full Oradon last night.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It was fun.
Looks like I gotta get on that.
We're finishing up the last of the quests. I think the last of the quests in Zul'Farrak with the help of Czar.
I need to farm the alchemy patterns, the flasks and stuff. Which means I gotta
It'll
look
be
them
on
up.
my list. Yeah,
Sad
it'll be
face.
on my list soon enough.
I also want to put together a crazy strike team to do ZG.
I know. We've been talking about it, but without
I mean,
people-
we
without
did
the
it.
people-
Like all bosses up, kill
Oh, well,
Hakar.
not that, but we did a speed clear, only doing like specific the idol bosses and the mount bosses.
Yep.
Can't you go back after you kill Hakar and kill the bosses?
Yes. Yes, you can.
You can.
So let's kill Hakar first. And get whatever like thing it gives you.
It gives you nothing.
nothing. It's just to
Oh.
say that you've done it.
Yeah,
That's,
there's no reason to do it except because you've done it.
Well,
let's do it for that reason.
Yeah.
well, if I do think there was this one strat, if you're going to do it with all bosses up, you would have all your range DPS on the lower platform, and your tanks on upper.
You do it normal.
No,
You do it normal. He just hit.
But-
he just hits harder. That's all it is. He hits harder.
but don't you want to like make it easier on yourself and just cheese the fight? Because then you can
How
have
are
it do it easily.
How are you making it easier on yourself with the DPS not up there DPSing?
No, because like if you position him such that your tank is on the very ledge, your DPS all on the second floor, they can just shoot up. They can still resume shooting, but they're not going to be affected by the fight mechanics. And all your melees will be on the above floor.
Okay, we'll try it the cheesy cheat way. After we get it, the super awesome Rambo, let's get in there, get it done way. Yes, that's an 80s reference. Yes, you can suck it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't like doing cheese mechanics. I don't like cheese mechanics.
No fun.
Well, let's do it the break it down way. Go in there, do it normal, get the boss down. Say we did it before AQ came out, and everyone is overgeared.
But it has to be a very specific group of 20. That's
Hide.
Yep. I may not qualify.
Hide.
I don't think my DPS is high enough.
Please hide.
Oh, I'm hiding. I'm good.
No. You need to be in the corner.
Although, even with my substandard qualifications, I am pretty versed in pulling
Now you can
the
come
Sons
up.
of Bakar.
It's just when I ice block.
Yeah, no, you're good.
We'll need Cariana and Thane.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely need Cariana and Thane. The difficulty is whether we try to 4 heal it or not. It could be 4 heal, but it's gonna take some significant work.
Yeah, that would be rough.
I know.
It's a little painful.
But we'd also
I feel
need
it should be
Felon. We'd need Felon. We'd need Keaton. I'd prefer to have.
Come loot if you want.
Oh yeah, can do that.
Let's do it tonight.
I said
be
so,
fun.
let's do it. But I think some people are looking forward to ZG tonight, aren't they?
Yep.
You know, it's only half our raid. That
Yeah.
does-
If we can
Sure.
get 2 full 20s, then sure. Or 1 pug and 20 guildies for the try. I mind that.
You definitely get a lot of people on.
We should say something like now, though, if you want. I'll post it in chat.
Do we need 2 tanks for it?
Yes.
You
Because
do.
he does the mind
Oh, yeah,
control on
yeah,
all
yeah.
the tanks.
He also does, if you keep all the bosses up though, he also does a threat drop, so you might need more than 2. Or at least a warrior that can just like climb up the threat list very quickly, and then in case he drops the second tank, you still have a third.
Oh, I
So
have
like
a
a
warrior.
DPS
I have a
warrior.
warrior that can climb the threat meter in like half a second. No, that's not even a problem. And he does decent DPS.
Who's that?
Janice?
Vigi.
Oh, Vigi.
Mhm.
Vigi's
Yeah.
Vigi's a threat whore, dude. You can't bring him in as DPS tank 3.
Alright, hiding him.
I haven't seen Vigi in a while.
He's been on every Sunday.
Oh, that's probably why I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
I log in. Oh, yeah. You asked me an important question. What am I talking to these people about tonight?
I know. I did ask a very important question because people are wanting to know.
No, I don't remember.
Is it about loot?
Well,
Hmm.
it's
We
Probably
do have
about
to say
loot.
loot.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to be about the loot and things going forward.
Um,
Because people also need to
Yeah.
understand that not everybody will be getting rotated through in queue the first couple of weeks until we get all the strats knocked down.
how is Oompas doing? Haven't seen him.
He's on baby time.
Well,
Hmm.
New
he's long.
fresh child is
Yeah.
leads for
Well-
less WoW time.
And baby
Mhm.
hasn't been feeling great of late either. Baby's
Yeah.
been having some sicknesses.
Mm-hmm.
But
That
he
is
is
stressful.
around and checking in,
Okay.
doing what he can.
Oh, and I gave Vigi the week off, and I have all the materials to summon the Silithus bosses tonight.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, that's night.
Mm-hmm.
I will be on tonight to raid, so that's cool.
And
We
my
can do
priest
the
is
Vision.
already perked. So
Yes.
we're good to go on that.
Although after raid, I will have to move my computers. Sad face. Well, one of my computers.
I'm just glad I don't have to move my computer now, because if I was going to Houston next weekend, I would have to, because I am not going to quarantine for 14 days without my fucking computer. And I cannot quarantine in my own bedroom because my wife is not going to the tournament because she has to work 4 days later.
Hmm.
And 4 and 14, there's no way
Wait.
to make that math work.
You quarantine if you go to different cities in Texas?
Well, it's not different cities, but if we went to Houston, where that tournament was, yeah, we would probably have to, because Houston is fucking out of control right now.
Damn.
Like 43,000 new cases this week.
Holy moly.
Or some
Yeah,
What
shit.
is
we've
happening?
had so many new cases in the last couple weeks.
Yep. And I go back
The
to
US really screwed the pooch.
Yeah, no shit. People needed their haircuts.
See, but here's
It
the
was
funny
important.
thing. You know the funny thing of all of that? CDC just released a statement saying that all of those so important antibody tests that they wanted to go out with, over half of them are inaccurate. So really, the actual numbers of new cases in the US, no one knows what the real number is, because even though the CDC knows that the tests are inaccurate, they're still using the test data. So whether it's a false positive or not, they still say that, yeah, it's a confirmed case. And the funny part of that is, those tests are supposed to tell you if you had it and recovered, not that you currently have it.
Well,
So there's lots of womp womp questions of what the fuck. People just
Death
don't
toll.
know.
Death toll is the real issue.
Well, but even death toll is slightly inflated because of all the money in those initial counts.
See, it's inflated because of that, but they're also saying that it might be more because they weren't testing everyone that was dying,
True.
and so
But
there
they-
were a lot of deaths that may have been COVID.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Necro.
If you died from a respiratory illness, it's COVID. If you die from a heart attack, it's not COVID. If you die from,
True.
I don't know, like natural causes, that's not COVID.
That
But
would
anyone who tested positive for COVID and died of COVID.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
the
not
other
real.
that's the other downside.
Joe Diffie was said to have died from COVID. No, he died from stage 4 lung cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's a big
that will kill you.
difference.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
Yeah,
You
no,
guys should
that's,
just move
that's
up
the
to
thing.
Canada.
Well,
That we played that D&D.
right.
Canada
It's not-
also has cases.
Yeah, but it's a lot better than you guys.
Hey,
Okay.
you know who currently doesn't have any major cases of COVID right now?
New
Who?
Zealand.
Well, New Zealand. You know who else? Sweden. You know who put literally 0 restrictions on their population? Sweden.
I'm just
Sweden
looking.
just let all their people have it. You have to
The
run
truth
up to a
is-
cage edge to summon them.
Yeah, but is
The
it him?
truth is, we're not really dealing with like good information anymore.
Maybe.
Like I told my brother today, I was telling him, you can't just listen to the news and assume what they're saying is true.
I'm looking online.
Like a lot of it is just,
Nope. That's
it's all
fine.
propaganda. It's like
Necrum
Not that
Gotchu
the numbers aren't
is a
true.
boss
Just
that
that
appears after
a
you
lot of
defeat
it
all
is
the
just
monsters underneath the
propaganda.
pyramid. He will appear.
I pissed off the
Oh no, it's not here at all. We have to do the stairs. I don't think we can do that solo.
don't believe all the crazy hype.
But it really just comes down to wear a fucking mask and wash your hands.
Oh, I do better. I wear masks and gloves anytime I'm out.
The gloves are slightly unnecessary, but the mask is necessary.
I'm gonna die.
The gloves help for 2 reasons. One, they remind you not to touch your face. That's really important. And 2, I don't have to be worried when I get back to my car if I touched something.
Well, but that's the thing with the touching. The touching isn't a big deal. It's already proven that it doesn't live on surfaces. It doesn't survive on surfaces. It's not transmittable through surfaces, like most other viruses. So the touching of an object and touching your face is not what everybody thought it was.
Oh, that's just bad in principle. But yeah, I get you. I'm that particular.
No,
I'm not.
Hey, that's fine. You do you. As long as you're wearing a mask, I don't give a fuck.
I got the KN95s. I don't wear the cloth ones.
Fair.
Yep. I want.
I'm gonna live.
Cloth protects you from, well, other people from you. If you sneeze, the cloth should trap it. Most of it.
Yep.
If they sneeze, and they're not wearing a mask, you are pretty exposed. That's why we have the KN95s. They keep me protected and protect other people too.
Yep.
And I hate to see people wearing surgical masks, which are worse than cloth masks,
Yep.
and they pull it
Oh,
down
yeah.
below their nose. I will never
yeah.
understand that.
Fucking started about people not wearing it over their nose. That pisses me off so much.
Hmm.
It's better than the people who wear underwear on their face.
Haven't seen that yet.
I have. I went to Walmart. This lady had
Oh,
a pair
God.
of little birdie underwear panties pulled over her face and was looking out the leg holes.
Or
Wow.
those
I
fucking.
couldn't stop laughing long enough to take a picture. So I'm sorry.
That's
Then
hilarious.
there's those asshole Karens who wear masks but with a hole ripped in the center of it
Yeah.
as some sort of fucking statement. Fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Have you seen the one with the congressman? I think he's Texan. But yeah, he's a Republican congressman who is putting a CO2 monitor under masks and having the alarm go off to prove that masks are harmful to you. Because when you exhale directly into a CO2 monitor, it picks up CO2.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you are my
Yeah.
favorite scientist. I want to learn from you. Teach me how this works.
Yeah, there's a lot of stupid in the world. That's what
Masks.
I found.
Masks are killing people. No. Number of deaths from masks, 0. Number of deaths from COVID, 300,000? Somewhere there?
It's pretty high.
Wait, is it 300? No, I think it's like 30. Wait,
It's not even.
now I
that.
don't even know.
It's like it might be 30, but again, the numbers are at best
Yeah, really
inaccurate.
skewed. Yep.
So there is no real idea of what the numbers are.
Well,
The end reality is, and this is mostly an America problem, but that is what it is. This virus would have, in the end, behaved like its predecessors, being SARS or MERS or you name it, had we just let it go. The reality is, as soon as the November elections are over, this will no longer magically be a problem.
did you notice that COVID went away during the riots?
That's what I'm saying. As soon as there is a political reason for it to not be important, that they believe will get them their political aim, COVID will no longer be a focus or an issue.
You mean like
Sorry,
Disney
it
World?
just won't.
Disney World's open.
It is, but I will not be going this year because I actually like my child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no way. 137,000 deaths, quote unquote, in North America.
And that's the thing too. Other countries are not invested in making their own country look bad. China is super invested in making themselves look really good.
Yep.
So if you ask them, they'll tell you they had no deaths from coronavirus. None.
No, I think they said they have like 2,000 deaths, something like
Ooh,
that.
2,000. That was like the first week.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
a lot worse than that.
Hmm?
Like they
Yeah,
have people lining up in crematories just waiting to get the ashes,
Yeah.
and they have them piled up. Like it's
But
they
the Communist
like
government of China
yeah.
will never tell you the real number. Let's be real.
yeah, that's a
You're
fact. That's a fact.
Never gonna get a real answer.
So apparently
America-
in Hong Kong there were only 7 deaths.
Right. A city of how many million?
It's the pack orders.
Well, again, it's the counting. It's what they they can count anything as a COVID death. If you died from acute respiratory illness, you possibly died, and you tested positive for COVID, you probably died from COVID.
Right.
If you die from, I don't know, hypertensive crisis, chances are that was not caused by COVID. It might have been.
But in the early days, it might have been, so they counted as if it was.
Oh, my bad. 4,512 deaths in China.
People
Oh,
are still
wow.
dying.
In a
I don't
population
think
of
that number is
how
correct.
many?
Yeah, no shit.
Are they referring to Wuhan, like specifically?
No, China.
Or-
China total. Wuhan is 3,869.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Every other province is below 3 digits,
Now,
other than 2 of them.
and remember, this is the same country where they're having an active outbreak of the fucking bubonic plague.
That's Inner Mongolia, isn't it?
That's still within China proper.
Mm.
It is a province within China.
China
No
huge,
one
Joe.
cares about Mongolia. Just saying that.
Clearly.
Is
The
that
bubonic plague is very hard to transmit.
That's my point.
It's just super fucking deadly.
I know. That's my point. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
I
So-
did not expect to hear about the plague.
I don't think I don't think people are. Masks are important. Americans aren't used to it, but we should get used to it because people are
Yep.
nasty, and breathing in the air they're breathing out is not healthy, no matter what time of year it is.
Oh, and this shit's not gonna stop. The summer, just because it's hot, doesn't mean the shit's gonna be done.
Nope.
Fucking Trump. He did finally wear a mask though in public.
I heard about that.
In
Yeah.
a hospital, yes.
In a hospital.
In a hospital, he did.
At least he cares about the sick people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
That's the first hospital he's worn one at in the last 4 months, and he's visited several.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see how it plays out.
Yep.
If after November COVID is suddenly, because Florida's cases went up, but they went up because we increased testing. You could not get a test in Florida up until like
Same with Texas.
last month. Like you really could
Every
not get.
state- Every state was having so much trouble getting tests because of the government.
My wife had a flu. She had the symptoms they were saying at the time felt like COVID, which is like back in, I want to say late February, early March. And they told her, unless you've been somewhere, I had just come back from New York on January 31st. I returned from New York. So then I got sick. My kid got sick. And a week later, my wife got sick. And she wanted to get tested. And they told her, unless you yourself had traveled, you can't. So that's cool. I don't think I had COVID, but
I think if I pull the big guys one at a time, you can probably handle them. Because most of them are non-elites.
Yeah. I'll try to
Points,
single
guys.
target them.
don't die from COVID. Stay alive.
Yep,
That's the base plan.
working on it.
Stay alive.
Hmm.
You and I are old enough to die from it. The rest of you guys should be fine.
I would probably die from it.
Smoker.
Fucking- No, I'm fat.
I'm a smoker.
Bridge to the choir.
The sad truth is, a very large percentage of people are overweight that die from COVID.
Unfortunately.
I don't think it's
Is
the
it the
overweight
lack
part.
of oxygen? Because it's a respiratory illness? Is that why?
No, I
Nice.
think it's the
Standard unhealthiness
mhm.
of being overweight.
circulatory issues, and some of them have respiratory issues. It's always people with underlying issues. Well, that's until the news started telling us that it was perfectly healthy people can die too. It's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, technically, they can. I know of some that have,
hmm
but it's it's more on the rare side.
hmm And in those cases, they were probably immunocompromised.
Yep,
Almost
but
guaranteed.
then they
Afterwards.
weren't healthy.
Well, they looked healthy until they got
Yes.
sick.
Their evadings are.
No, sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know. We live in scary times, very scary times.
We do.
And I grew up during the Cold War. So it impresses me that we can make it worse. We make it worse because the founders, like I find this amazing. I tell people this. The founders did not think that the First Amendment could be used against the people. They thought the First
Yeah.
Amendment was for the people, freedom of the press. Very important. An informed populace, an educated populace is an empowered populace.
Yep.
Unless the press doesn't hold any standards as to what they report. So you get completely different perspectives from Fox News and MSNBC. You're not sure which one is right.
Hmm.
And then you've got the people claiming that being forced to wear a mask is infringing on their First Amendment rights.
course.
I don't think it's First Amendment rights. I do think it's Fourth Amendment, but sure.
Fourth, I can see.
But those people.
First
Like,
Amendment,
this is freedom of speech. I shouldn't have to wear a mask. That's not what that means.
Yeah, what?
You need to go back to school for a long
Well-
time.
Yep.
If you think
All right,
that's what
talk
freedom
to
of
you guys
expression.
later. Bye bye.
All right, Shannon.
I honest.
Freedom of expression.
No, those people bother me.
No, I don't think. Here's the thing. Like, I disagree with Whoopi Goldberg saying that, she shouldn't have to die because I don't want to wear a mask. No, you should wear a mask. Everyone should wear a mask. But if somebody else doesn't want to, they're free not to. They're just not free to get within like 12 feet of me. I will actively move away from them. That's what's going to happen. And stores don't have to admit you if you're not wearing proper attire. And if proper attire is a mask, you can't just say, well, I am free. Like, that's not how it works. You are free to stand outside. You are free to order delivery, but you're not free to come inside. No.
Yep, it's now law in Washington State, and has been for like 2 weeks, that you have to wear a mask.
Oh, Texas has re-implemented that you have to wear a mask part.
Palm Beach County has as well. We don't do it on a state level. DeSantis doesn't want to. Our governor.
Our governor was like, yeah, fuck it, all of Washington, get fucked.
Yeah, ours did. Our governor actually said, yeah, do it. Now, there's other bullshit that our governor wants us to do that I think is bullshit. And I hate to say I voted for him, but losing his fucking mind.
Well, I get why DeSantis hasn't done it. Our governor, just because, like, Miami has a ridiculous number of COVID-19 cases. Broward County, ridiculous. Palm Beach County, up there.
Oh,
But everywhere else is like,
yeah, Texas is in the same kind of boat, though, where it's the major cities, and then there are counties that have 0 cases.
mhm.
So I got you, but my issue is still the school bullshit. That is where I have a problem.
School.
Yeah, that they're going to force schools to open in the fall.
Oh, my concern is kids getting. Because here's the problem with this idea: the kids that are disenfranchised right now are poor kids.
Mhm.
Poor kids don't have. My kid is fine. She has her own laptop. She is fine. She's not even in like regular school yet. She's still in BPK.
I pulled them all.
So, like, but kids in school who don't have laptops, who don't have access to the internet, they are falling further behind.
Oh, I'm
And
not
those are
opposed to
already
that.
kids that have a hard time catching up. Like, this is going to affect the rest of their lives.
You're not wrong. You're not. That said, forcing all of those kids to go to school is just increasing the likelihood of COVID spreading through a school, and then all of the kids are going to miss umpteen however many days.
I think there's Necrum.
I'm
Nope.
with you, but I think if you have proper temperature testing, which is something
But you
I
can't.
never understood.
The government said you can't.
What?
You're not going. No, we can't temperature check them every day. That would be preventing them from having access to their education.
What?
I'm just telling you what's being said. You
So,
can what me all you want.
he's so genuinely confused.
Every time you sentence, you should make sense.
I try.
Oh, come on.
I genuinely attempt to make sense every time I sentence. Unfortunately, people who are not educators are in charge of education in this country, and as a result, bad things happen.
I'm all for reopening schools, but there should be forced to social distance. Like have staggered lunches. Don't have a lunch period at the same time for everyone.
We already do that.
Um,
Schools already do that.
well, then what's the problem? Don't just and have
Because-
temperature checks. Temperature checks at the front door.
Because the guidelines say that you have to stay 6 feet apart. There ain't no school on this planet that's got room for every kid in that school to be
Yeah.
6 feet apart.
That's
I
impossible.
don't give a shit. You cannot give me a school that is a public school in this country
Can't even do that at
that can give
Starbucks.
you 6 feet of space between every student.
They don't have to give 6 feet of space if they do things like what do you call it? Face shields. You don't have to be 6 feet apart for that.
What about like domes of silence? Cone of silence.
But
Don't-
those same, but those
not that.
same disenfranchised kids aren't going to have shields. Their parents can't afford for them to have them. So now the school has to have it, which means the school's going to have to raise taxes because the schools already are having to pay a shit ton of money for all of the other shit we have to do to balance this out. I'm just telling you, reality is it's not.
I'm with
there's
you,
no-
but-
there's no win to this system.
Oh no, they're
Like I
pulling.
said, my kid is fine. My kid is completely unaffected by this. She hasn't been to school since I think it was February. We kept her home. She's been doing schoolwork online ever since.
My kids have too.
Some kids can't, and they're going to suffer for it.
Right.
And then we're gonna then in 20 years, when there's another issue, we're gonna have those kids on television talking about, I don't need to wear no mask. It's my 10th Amendment right. You're like,
Well, at least they won't say it like. They'll probably say it like it's their 100th Amendment, right? You know?
their Second Amendment right. It's my Second Amendment right not to wear a mask. It's like you cannot read. This is a problem.
Yeah,
That wasn't the boss either, was it?
yeah, it was. I got it.
Oh, okay, good.
I was just
10th Amendment is enumeration, right?
trying to help you kill things.
Yeah.
Sounds right. I don't know. 14th is due process. 4th and 14th are due process.
Fourth is where they derive right to privacy.
Yeah, so 4th and 14th. 4th and 14th set up due process.
I think 10th is enumeration. Anything not in the Constitution
Yes, that is
belongs to the
correct.
states.
That is correct.
Stormwind again? Or?
Also known as states' rights.
No.
Also my big difference with the rewriting of history, because again, I'm not originally from the South. I do not think the South will.
I can start with Tire, unfortunately, or whatever. But yeah,
I don't think the South will rise again, and I don't understand why a losing army flies a flag. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, that still boggles my mind.
But when it was legal to have slaves, and the federal government said, we've changed our mind. We think you shouldn't be able to own slaves. They can say you're violating the 10th Amendment to the Constitution.
yes.
And it is about states' rights. No, it's about slavery. Sure, but it's the state's right to have slaves. Like, you can't pass a law, change the Constitution. Don't just say you can't do it no more.
But they did change the Constitution, the 13th Amendment, that was not ratified by all the states at the time it apparently became. It's weird.
Yes,
Their whole logic and math in that was weird.
they decided
funny.
that slavery had to end.
The only part that I find funny is they decided only some slavery had to end.
Mhm.
That's what people don't actually know is in the history books. Only black slavery had to end. White slavery, perfectly fine. Asian slavery, totally cool. Just have to end slavery for black people.
Who built the railroads? Everybody forgets.
That's what I'm saying.
All the Chinese,
Right.
Yep.
But you look at who built
not
all
just
of
Chinese, but several.
who built all of the factories in the Northeast.
The North,
Oh wait,
Italians,
that would
and
be
Irish.
the Irish and the Italians and the Scottish who
But
were sent
to
over
be
here
fair-
as indentured servants, which is just a fancy name for, oh wait for it,
Slaves. Oh yeah. But the
That practice continued on for another 60, 70 years.
here's a fun story. Italians were not considered white until I think the 1900s.
Yeah.
They weren't even considered white. They came across as not able to like